What's up everyone, thanks for checking out this Fallout 76 nuking experiment. In this one I'll be nuking the new terrifying in-game boss fight we can experience, which is the Imposter Sheepsquatch. As you can see, here it is.
Fatality.
That's right, that was the imposter in action. It's brutal. And we can go against this Sheepsquatch Imposter by doing the new in-game event, Encrypted. I do suggest doing the Lying Low questline as well as the other quests that come after that one because that leads up to this event, but you don't technically have to do any of it. I feel it is worth it though because for one, you get an Assaultron keycard, which is what you need to summon this imposter to fight it, and also you learn how to craft the Assaultron keycards, which is what you are going to absolutely need to learn if you want to grind out this event. Because eventually, players might not be able to just hop servers as frequently and get the event started. The reason why the event is starting so frequently at the moment, I believe, because everybody is doing the Lying Low questline at the moment, and that gives you one free Assaultron keycard that you can use to summon this. Which, by the way, to summon it, you just have to go up to this terminal inside this place, which this area is located at the Pylon ambush site. You just want to head on inside this destroyed looking cabin here, and there'll be a terminal on this table that we'll be able to use, and this is how we were able to summon the Assaultron. You just have to initiate the recall process, and once again, you're going to have that key card to do that. And in case you don't know how to do that, you just have to go to a Tinker's Workbench, and once you're able to officially craft these Assaultron keycards, you'll just have to go down to the quest items, and from there, as you can see, this is where you can craft them at. Which honestly, the hardest thing to be able to come by is the recall circuit board, and you're able to purchase these from vendors. I specifically purchased this from the Lewisburg train station. It'll be located in the miscellaneous selection. As you can see though, it can be pretty pricey. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what happens now when we do nuke this imposter. I am excited for these results.
Attention, attention. Launch sequence activated. Launch tube will seal in 38 seconds. All personnel should exit the launch tube immediately.
Okay, so for the first time we nuked this location, turned out to be a total dud. And the reason was because the event had just recently finished. And it turns out, after doing a little bit of research, it resets every 3 hours in the game. So if you are wanting to grind out this, you're going to have to hop servers after finishing the event. And keep in mind, I had no idea the event just finished before launching the nuke. I just launched the nuke over in this general direction and waited a good hour, or heck, maybe even 2 almost, to see if we were able to eventually spawn this, and we felt like we were never going to initiate the recall process. And keep in mind, a nuke does last quite a while. I just thought, heck, even if the event isn't there at the moment, maybe I could just launch it over here and eventually I'll be able to initiate the recall process. But turns out that wasn't the case. We felt like we were just wasting too much time waiting on this. I mean, we did take quite a bit of time to be able to officially launch the nuke, don't get me wrong. That's the reason why we sat around at the location for quite some time. And then eventually I decided we were just wasting too much, so we decided to hop servers and head to another nuke silo to launch again. And I had my buddy wait in that server just to see if eventually we were going to be able to initiate the recall process, just in case, you know, so it won't be as much of a waste. But I was able to get through the whole next nuke silo, and we were still not able to use that Assaultron keycard. So we just decided to launch another nuke in another server since I was already there, ready to launch again. And actually, yeah, it turns out this second time around, we had some better odds. We decided to launch it when the event was actually up first. So we had someone down there turn in the Assaultron keycard, and then we launched a nuke on the event to see what would happen. And yeah, it actually is pretty daggone useful. It actually takes out the imposter really fast. Way faster than how much time it would typically take you to finish this event. Like, everyone is finished immediately. I will say it is kind of difficult to locate the imposter's body to get the legendary off of it if you do decide to nuke it. And another downfall is you're going to have to be taken out with the nuke too, because if you leave this nuke blast radius, you're also going to be exiting this event, which in the long run will lead you to not getting any rewards, even though the Sheepsquatch Imposter will be taken out if a nuke is dropped here. But if you're not in that blast radius, you're not going to be rewarded. So don't run for safety if you ever see this place getting nuked while you're here fighting it, is what I'm pretty much saying. Anyways, the last experiment was actually the most interesting. We learned some very valuable knowledge that we can take advantage of with this event. If you send a nuke over here before you actually launch the event, so it won't take out the imposter Sheepsquatch, all the enemies will have important ingredients such as glowing mass, hardened mass, high radiation fluids, ionized meat, all the goodies. And there is tons and tons of enemies that spawn here. There's endless amount of enemies actually. So if you just use a little bit of time that you have here with this event to just farm the robots and get all these ingredients, you can get quite a bit. Now, of course, I'm not saying don't focus on the imposter whatsoever. Do the damage that you're able to when it's actually vulnerable. I see way too many people trying to take this out at the moment when it's invisible, and I don't know, it's just like a huge facepalm. Everyone that is shooting at it while it's invisible, please remember that you're just wasting your ammo. Just wait until you're able to see it. I'll get more into detail about all of this in a future video where I'll be going over step by step on how to do this exactly. Anyways, back to all of these ads in this event. I don't know anywhere else at the moment where this amount of enemies spawn in one location. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's quite a bit of enemies at White Springs, but not more than this. And yeah, I know what some of you may be thinking. It's kind of odd that these robots are carrying those crucial ingredients because, after all, they are robots, whether they have glowing mass on them or hardened mass. But hey, I'm not complaining. It is great that they have them because we can stock up on supplies here majorly if a nuke has went off here before you started fighting the imposter Sheepsquatch. And also, none of the enemies will be upgraded, so it's not like it's going to really change the fight in that aspect. Only thing is, really, you're going to have to be in power armor or a hazmat suit. But with all these ingredients that we can get, I feel like that's worth it. I mean, even the imposter isn't buffed whatsoever. It's just like fighting it regularly. But yeah, that's where we're wrapping up this nuking experiment. It's cool to see that this was actually a positive chain reaction over nuking it. Turns out we can either take out the imposter Sheepsquatch extremely quick and get the event rewards, and as well as try to find its body and loot it, or we can place the nuke before the event is actually in the game and then go ahead and spawn in the imposter to get all the ads that have some crucial ingredients that we can use. Which, by the way, in case you don't know what these ingredients are used for, just go ahead and click this video here on the screen. But yeah, that's what wrapping up this video, everybody. Hope you found it enjoyable, and if you did, consider leaving a like. That's always greatly appreciated. As always though, that's totally up to you. Until next time, everyone, peace.